What up, donkeys? Jack Haze here with JackAce Tech. This is my new YouTube channel where I talk about technology, home automation, home security, and home networking. And today I'm going to be talking about this Eufy home security camera system. This is going to be replacing my current home security system, which is Arlo. I have the Arlo doorbell and several cameras around my house, both inside and out. But today I'm going to be replacing that with Eufy, as well as these solar-powered exterior cameras and the Eufy dual camera doorbell. It has two cameras, one to focus on visitors and one to focus on packages that may be dropped off at your front door. I think for this first video, I'm going to be concentrating on the Homebase and the camera system. One thing that differentiates Eufy from the other systems is that there's no subscription service. With Ring and with Arlo, you have to pay a monthly fee. With Eufy, everything's stored on this local Homebase, so there's no cloud storage fee as there is with Ring and with Arlo. So with that being said, let's get to the unboxing.
So inside the Homebase box, there's really not a lot to it. You have the Homebase unit itself. It comes with an AC power adapter. It also comes with some auxiliary screws that you would use if you wanted to mount an internal hard drive, and an Ethernet cable. You can pop the top off of the unit, and that exposes the bay where you would insert the internal hard drive. You can also use an external USB hard drive that connects in the back.
Welcome to Eufy Security. Follow the instructions in the Eufy Security app to set up the system.
So we're just going to plug this in and connect the Ethernet cable, and we should be ready to go. So the first thing you want to do when you set up your Homebase is you want to download and install the Eufy Security app on your iPhone or Android device. And you want to create an account with Eufy, give your email address, and you want to name your home. This is going to be your center of where all your devices are. If you have multiple homes with Eufy devices, you would define those homes here. So the first thing you want to do is add a device, and you want to add your Homebase. You want to select the home that you've defined. Go through a couple of these steps and read the instructions. You have to allow the app to have permissions to use your camera, and then you're going to scan the bottom of the Homebase device. It takes a couple of seconds for everything to connect. And you're going to name your Homebase. You should probably name it something related to your home. And after it's set up, you want to define some faces. It uses AI, supposedly, to help detect people that it might see on camera. So you definitely want to add yourself. You want to add some family members. You could even add your pets. And you're going to want to name these people so they show up on your alerts and they are named. You will know who is walking by your house or inside of your house. And lastly, you want to perform this firmware update. And that's it.
So now we've created an account and we've added the Homebase to our account. Now it's time to add the cameras. Let's see how easy that is to do.
So for the solar cameras, they come with the camera itself. They also come with mounting hardware and a mounting bracket. It also comes with a USB cable that you can use for charging. It uses USB-C. But in setting the solar camera up, I ran into an issue where it said I had to update my Homebase to the latest firmware.
Okay, so this is not good.
But I already had done that. So there was obviously an issue with the software not realizing that I had updated the firmware of the Homebase unit. And they suggested that I contact their customer support, which is basically an online chat. And I went through the whole rigmarole contacting their chat. They were completely unhelpful, and I ended up just getting frustrated, and I just ended the call. Not only were they not able to help, but they said that they needed my email address. They were going to contact me via email within the next 24 to 48 hours, which I felt really was unacceptable. What I ended up doing was not just restarting the Homebase, but I also restarted my phone. And eventually I was able to get through the setup process and successfully pair it to my Homebase. It just seems like right out of the box, I'm doing the setup process. This is a common scenario. Their customer support people should be running into this all the time. The fact that they didn't know how to repair this issue and the solution was just restarting the phone, the fact that they didn't know how to do that was the frustrating thing to me.
We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
So that was my biggest gripe about Eufy so far, was that their tech support, their chat support was really lacking.
Setup was successful.
Device was added successfully.
So I was able to connect the camera after rebooting my phone and attempting it again. On your phone, you show a QR code, you point the camera to the phone, and it's able to connect to your Wi-Fi, and it's also able to identify your home base. You name the camera, you go through a couple of other steps, and it shows you how to mount it properly. And finally, you're good to go, and you can test out the video.
So it looks like we've successfully added this camera, and let's check out the video. What up, donkeys? Jack Haze here with JackAce.com. Got to update the firmware on the camera. Time to take a break. Okay, so now while these two cameras are being charged, I'm going to go outside and I'm going to put up the mounts. These are mounts that hook up to rain gutters. So they should be easy to put on. I don't have to do any damage to my walls. I don't have to do any damage to the stucco. And these cameras just screw in, and hopefully there will be enough access to sunlight as they're out there.
So here you can see I've installed the mount on my French balcony. I've actually mounted it upside down kind of on purpose because there's an additional piece where you can attach a solar charger, but the camera has a solar charger built in, so it's unnecessary. You can also see my other Arlo camera that is still there. I'm going to keep them both there for a while until I get sick of Arlo. I'm just going to take them down later. And the other mount I did install in the intended orientation, but there's an additional pole that I just didn't put there. I think that little hole that you see there is probably going to fill up with dirt, but that's okay. We'll see what that looks like once I've installed the camera.
So I've got the one camera in the front of my house. It's working pretty well. Taking pretty good pictures. I got a good angle of the street and my driveway. Now I'm going to mount this second camera on my side yard, give me a partial view of my backyard and the street that is adjoining my house. And let's head back there.
So now I have the second camera installed. It's taking some pretty good video. And overall, both cameras are very responsive in the app. It doesn't take more than 1 or 2 seconds for the video to start playing. And the quality of the video is quite good, both in the day and at night. So overall, I'm quite happy with the performance of these cameras, the quality, the installation, the responsiveness, everything.
So overall, I would have to say I'm pretty happy with the Eufy security system. I think it's going to do fine as a replacement for my Arlo camera system, which is at this point 7 years old and not doing very well. The cameras at this point are so old and so brittle, if I just press the front of the camera, it collapses under my finger. I spent a little bit over $500 on the two cameras, the Homebase and the Doorbell. I think the true test of whether I'm going to keep this system is going to happen after I install the Doorbell camera. I want to see how that works, how the alerting goes, how I'm able to respond to it, and talk to potential visitors. But for now, the solar cameras are doing well. They're very responsive. They're holding a charge. I think they're going to do fine where they're currently mounted in terms of staying operable. What I didn't like was the customer service response. They seem to be not very helpful at all. They pretty much just said, we're going to email you with possible solutions. I didn't like that right out of the box, I wasn't able to connect to the cameras right away. I had to update the firmware on both the cameras and the Homebase. I had to reboot my phone before I could communicate with the cameras and join them to my account. In the future, I'm probably going to get some interior cameras. I'll include a review of them on my channel as well. I will probably add an internal hard drive to the Homebase to expand the storage. Right now I'm only using 12% and most of that was probably operating system software. But since I will be adding a lot of cameras, I think I will need a lot more storage than what is currently included in the device. But best of all, there's no subscription fee, and that's my main reason for switching. I like to have everything local. I will probably back up the devices to the cloud. But overall, I'd probably give this 4, maybe 4.5 stars out of 5. The setup wasn't too bad. The customer service I thought was bad. That was probably the worst part of this experience. But once I rebooted my phone and everything connected properly, everything went pretty smoothly. But I'll keep you guys updated on the progress of this home security system. Overall, I like it a lot. We'll find out with my next video how I like the doorbell and whether or not I'm going to be keeping this system. Everything hinges on the doorbell. In the past, I've used Ring and Arlo doorbell cameras, and there were some disappointments with both of those products, and I'm hoping that this dual camera system will be a lot better. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more tech and home automation videos, and peace out, donkeys.